Hello and welcome. Today and always, we are here to swing the door wide open and spill the financial tea. So grab your favorite cup of tea and let's make a deal. Commit to taking one action after watching this interview. I'm your hostess, Audrey Heesch, and it is my pleasure to present Mradula Shet. Mradula is a professional of working online for over 23 years of experience. She started as a writer, which catapulted her into a social media marketer and remote working consultant who helps online entrepreneurs overcome the challenges we all know so well. Welcome, Mradula.
Hello, hi Audrey. Nice being here.
I'm so excited you're here to share your wisdom. So, with remote work as online entrepreneurs, how has that shift impacted the operational costs of business, and especially for like people starting up for small and medium-sized businesses?
Oh, I would say it's a huge shift, but then it's a shift that's necessary because there's so much you can reduce your costs, your running costs are reduced so much. Depending on the size of your business, you may or may not even need an office space. You can work virtually. Supposing you're a bit slightly bigger enterprise, you need an office to have a minimal staff. Otherwise, you can work with just in your bedroom even if you don't even need any space. You can work anywhere you want, and then that leads to reduce no rental costs, lower reduced utility costs, and of course reduce your office supplies, I mean, employee costs. There's so much of cost reduction. So you save a lot in the process.
Absolutely. And even to your genius is marketing. Social media is free. There's even like
Yes,
free canvas. Like there's so many
yes.
options available that allows for that space.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. So you don't even have to invest much on marketing. As long as you do it right with the proper org, especially social media marketing, it's a what do you call a gold mine if you know how to use it properly. With the right content, the right optimized content, the right keywords, the right profile optimization, you can do wonders. You just have to start networking, and then of course that means even you don't even have to spend on ads. You can have everything you can actually have people coming to you for business, turning to you for your services or your products because of social media. So then again, you get your advertising costs are cut. So it's a win-win solution.
Yes, there's more time costs, but if you leverage it right, to your point, there's
Yes,
no
yes,
actual physical cost when you're starting up.
absolutely. And the most important, even if you look at it in the time perspective, you'd save so much time because you don't have to spend time traveling. You can actually, there's no commuting expense to be borne. You don't even have to spend time worrying about what to wear. You can even wear whatever you're comfortable in. You don't have to spend money on clothes. You can reduce, it's not no necessity unless you're so specific. Otherwise, just you can work in whatever. Unless, of course, you're on a meeting, then you have to need something formal. Otherwise, you can wherever you want, whatever you're comfortable in, you can work in it. So you don't have to spend time
Only the
deciding
top
what to
up.
wear.
You can still wear your
Yes.
pajama pants.
Yes. No one will know. So
Let's just
that's
be
easy.
100% real here.
I think everyone knows it by now. As long as you have something on top, on formally on top, it's okay. You're good.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad my pajama pants weren't embarrassing this time, so we're good there.
You do want to okay.
Uh, so you touched on staffing. So
Yes.
how do flexible staffing options in remote work, such as freelancers and contract employment, provide cost-effectiveness solutions?
Oh, you know how to, I mean, like, you don't need to have to hire full-time employees all the time. Supposing you need a specific person in charge for a specific project, you don't need to have them full-time on board. Maybe for 3 or 6 months, you can hire them on a part-time basis. And once the project is done, it's over. So instead of having someone on your payroll, you save a lot on the process. Then, of course, if you want it also, you have access to global pool. There may be someone who's much better than, maybe not only access the global pool, there may be people across the world who can work even at a cheaper rate for you within your budget with the same expertise, with the same skills. But then you can actually save maybe half or even a three-fourths of your expenses. Like supposing to be compared, because we in India, a lot of people turn to Indians for their task and for their work because our living costs are comparatively much cheaper than what is in the US or any other European countries. So when you consider that looking at the living costs and all that, it's a lot cheaper, especially for those working in the US. You can hire people from India, and I'm not showing up, but then we do have we are quite well versed and quite intelligent when it comes to work. You know the right people, you can get the right people. I'm not saying only India, a lot of places in the similar category. If you choose the right people, you can save a lot in the process. You get the work done in the same time, but then within a fraction of the cost.
Yes,
So
and
it's very good. Yes.
to that point, one of my uh clients, her VA is in the Philippines, and
Yes,
she was
Philippines.
able to the VA was able to buy a house with the money that
Yes,
she
obviously.
received, and it was only
Yes,
$5 an hour. So it was like
that's true.
such a win-win that it's
Yes, for
such
both
a
of it. Yes. You save money on your operational costs, whereas your employee, they can even build a house with the same money. It wouldn't be imaginable in America, but then in Philippines is more than enough. So you can just imagine. So that's where you save a lot in money because you still have the employee productivity, employee satisfaction, but then you also save on your operational costs. You save a lot of money in the process.
yes. And to your productivity point, in what
Yeah.
ways has productivity increased with remote work? And how does that help the financials of a company?
Well, it helps a lot because your productivity increases because your employees can work when they are most flexible. They have their own flexible schedules. They don't have to worry about traffic, commuting, and then the traffic jams, and don't waste time. So eventually, they end up in an hour or two more to work, so they get the work done properly. And because they're at home, especially we consider women you have to do your cooking and juggling all of your tasks, chores at the same time. You can do it They can actually do it better because they don't have to worry about running off to the office and packing lunches, packing this and that and all this. Everything is done at home itself. And in the and when you talk when once the work is done when you're productive, obviously you get your work done on time for your clients or your whatever assignment you're handling. So you can actually instead of spending maybe 1 month for a project, you can spend complete two projects in a single month. So the increased productivity will lead to higher sales, financial benefits, and it's a win-win solution for you anyway.
Yes, love it.
Yes.
So, how has remote work contributed to well, let me back that up. So, can remote work contribute to a more inclusive environment for employees with like
Yes.
illness and
Yes.
disabilities, especially after
Yes.
COVID? Those have
Yes.
become a big deal within our society. So,
That's
what would you
definitely.
say on the financial benefits and the inclusivity of remote work?
I mean, because I mean, like this is inclusivity because you can hire anyone and everyone for your work as long as they have the talent. They don't have to go through the stress of not being able to commute to office. They can work from home, so those who have any disabilities or chronic illnesses who maybe they can't travel much, they have a problem of traveling much, or they can't leave home. Then they can actually work from home, but they have the talent, they have the skills you're looking for. Instead of hiring someone who is maybe it doesn't who is 75% productive, but they can travel up and down. It's better to hire someone who's 100% productive and working from home. They give you better results, faster results. And so you actually even in the same way, and looking at that, even your company, you actually build a brand for yourself because you are actually helping people, those who actually need a job. They can't work in other places because they can't work in physical jobs, maybe because of their disabilities. So if they can work something on the desk job and you're providing them employment, you're doing something good for them. You'll actually the win-win solution. You have their loyalty, and they will have the gratitude they feel for you. You get it back in leaps and bounds. Actually, the feeling and the whatever you get in the your satisfaction of providing employment to them. It's a beautiful. Like I also have a writer. I have a team of writers. I have a writer who can't see. He writes in braille. But then I feel so happy giving him employment. Yeah, he reads and everything, and he writes, and he does very good writing. So it's a bit, I mean, it's wonderful. He can actually, it is, I mean, I don't, just because he can't see doesn't mean he can't work. He can work. He's working from home and he's feeding his wife and kids. So you feel, even as an employer, we're so happy we are providing for family at the same time. So it's a entirely different feeling of fulfillment when you feel that, when you and you're able to do that, provide employment to them.
That is a
It wasn't possible
beautiful.
before. Yes,
Yes,
it
that's the
wasn't before.
beautiful
Yes,
side of entrepreneurship is that impact. Your impact
yes,
is felt and
obviously,
seen at every single thing you do.
yes. And the main thing, you don't even need any physical, because it's a desk job. So many people, they can use just their brains are very good. They may not be able to function physically, but mentally they're very strong. And that's where remote work comes in a lot. You just need the brains. You don't need the hands and legs. The only thing you need the hands are perhaps to type. That's all. Everything they can even speak. Now you have all these AI tools which can even have something in text and it transfer to text again. Just have to speak out whatever the answers are, and they can give it in text. So there's lots of things you can do with the help of AI tools. Your productivity increases in that angle also, because you would never use AI tools on offline work. When you're online, when all of us, there's so many things that there's so many tools can improve your productivity. And if you know how to use it properly, that again is a big boon. Like ChatGPT, if you know how to use it, it can actually help you a lot. It can improve your work productivity, your business, your marketing skills, your everything. It gives an answer for everything you want. So it's beautiful.
Yeah. And to your point, it's called, I believe, the curb effect. When you start implementing things that are helpful for people that might have disabilities or illness, it tends
Yes,
to
the
help
karma.
everyone, because
Yes,
it's called the curb effect because we wheelchairs, you know how
yeah,
they like the curbs go down now, that
yeah,
now
yeah.
helps everyone with carts, with strollers, with bikes, with like
Yes,
it helps
absolutely.
everyone, but its
Everyone. Yes,
initial intent was to
yes,
be for wheelchair,
yes,
allow
absolutely.
access for that. So when you have
Yes,
those team members, you get so many more tools and like perspectives.
yes,
That's powerful. I love that.
absolutely. And it's not just the people who are even like now. Another reason you should actually shift online is because there are so many people, like even the retired, they have the money to spend, especially for e-commerce stores and businesses. If you're selling products, they may not be able to go out to buy the things. So if you have an online presence, you work online, they can actually they will know about you just by they can do all the buying at home. So if you are online, then you can then they obviously it's easier for them, easier for you get you're exposing yourself to that market. You're visible to them, and then you will get their business also included in your business in your profile. So if you have a larger reach, if you go online, have an online business, you reach it absolutely large. You can reach across the world. We just within if you stay in a certain city, then you can only your maximum. You may not be able to. You can, of course, you can always, like if you're having products and you can always ship it somewhere else. But then when you're working in the sense of clients and all that, it's better to work online. You have better scope or a bigger market also.
Yeah,
That's always a better option.
your reach
Yes,
is a lot
it's a
wider.
lot, lot wider. Yep.
Love it. So to go along the theme of spilling the financial tea, what is a money shame or thought process you've had to overcome as an entrepreneur to empower yourself?
Um, I would say like actually my marketing is, I was a bit skeptical because there's one thing of being on the one when you go online, you have to show yourself. Whereas you be exposed to the entire world. So being an Indian it was a bit difficult for me at the beginning, just showing myself and turning up. And then I preferred staying behind the screen, not actually going in front of the screen. But then if you do go in front of the screen, you do talk to people, go on the camera, speak to people across the world, it's better for you, market yourself better. So that is one thing. It took me a bit of a time. That is the more major hurdle I had to actually go through. Then, of course, when it comes to buying tools and all that, you have to look at the costs. That was something I had to think twice. I waited for, but if you wait and you do a lot of comparisons, you do a comparison, you can actually find the right tools at a much cheaper rate to do the right exact thing you wanted to do actually. And of course, there are IT experts who can also help you if you want to know what to buy and all that. You can always consult them to see what you need to buy. Because, like I said, even shifting to quite a number of people hesitate to come online because the expenses incurred, because the amount of what you call investments they have to make in the tools and technologies and all that. But like I said, if you do have the right if you consult the right people and you do the right comparisons, you will find something which is your budget. I've done it through practice. I just waited. You can get there always the Cyber Monday and Black Friday sales and all that. You can buy lifetime deals. We know what you're looking for. You can always get one there. You can save a lot in the process. So
Thrifty, I love it.
So you need to know where to, that's why walking online, you can get the same thing for $5 and even $500 for the same thing. But you need to know where to look, who to buy from, and who to trust also. Because even trust is very important. It's very risky online, I'm not saying no, but then you with the right people guiding you, you won't make mistakes. Because I've been through a lot of scams. I won't say no over the 23 years, but then I learned and I know who to avoid, what to avoid. So that's another reason many are afraid to come online, because they're afraid of the scams, the fraud, people. A lot of people doing con stuff, you never know what they're doing. So they hesitate because of that. So that's why they have those experts around to help you. They have already gone through the same process. They know how to overcome those hurdles, what to look out for, the weak points, the strong points, and then they can help you. And of course, you can do it on your own. I'm not saying you can't. You have to do some comparisons here and there. Keep on looking, then you get the answer also every time. But it's definitely if you do the right comparisons, you save a lot. That's what I'm saying. It's very
Yes,
important.
I love it. And then when you take the emotion out of it, like you said, do the research. That takes
Yes,
the emotion out of it, and you can actually make a decision that's aligned with where you're wanting to go and where
yes.
you are.
And what you want to be done. So
Yeah,
everything, we just put everything together, what needs to be done, you can save a lot, you get your work done. What more do you need?
I love it. You have a generous gift for our audience. Would you like to share what it is?
Yes, it's a small ebook about the 10 ways to improve to make your transition to the remote world more cost effective. It covers about how you could actually assess where you are at the moment, what you need to make your transition, the required tools and technologies you require, and how you can, because even transitioning to the online space, you need to have your team ready for it, your employees. So I've also included that tip on how you can actually make them get ready to face the online work. And so they're quite, that is the bit of I just give you the cream of the tea book. You have to grab it to know more about it. Basically, I've covered what I found is are the most challenges people face to come online, what they fear, the doubts they have. I've tried to cover that in the book to give a better perspective of why you should go online. Not so difficult as you think it is, because if you do it properly, it's easy and it's worth it. The transition may take maybe one, depending on the size of your company, a few days, a week, 2 weeks, a month, or 2 months, depending on your company size. But then once you do make the transition, it's a very smooth sailing, because you save a lot. Whatever you put in, the money you may invest in your equipment, you can recover it within 1 or 2 months max. Everything is recovered because you save so much. So it's worth the investment. You don't even have to spend that. You can save on employee costs. You reduce your employee costs. Whatever your office space rent, or whatever you're paying, yeah, utility rents, electricity bills, all you have to save and all of that. So you save a lot in the process. So you shouldn't look at the investment and the computers and the technologies and the software, but look at the savings you'll acquire. And then when you compare both of them, you'll see you can recover your whatever investment you made within 1, 2, 3 months max.
Love it.
Whether you make a profit or not, it doesn't even matter to make a profit, because just because the savings you make, you recover your costs. Then if you make a profit within 1 month, you can actually cover it up. We have good sales and other income. Yes,
Love that point.
that's you should look at it that way. But many look at the perspective only the investment, but they don't see the long-term effects. How quickly they can recover that investment. Then if they realize that, then the transition is quite easy.
Wonderful. And how can people get a hold of you?
I provided my details in ebook. I got my Facebook handle, my Instagram, and my website also, and even everything is in the ebook. Even I can this everything is provided there. You just have to connect with me, and I'm always available. I'm always online, so I'm most of the time online. So just you have to drop a message to me, and I'll reach out to you. There's no problem
Perfect.
at all.
And the links will be below this video.
Yes, yes, obviously.
Well,
I look, yes.
go ahead.
Yes, go ahead, bro. It's okay. Go ahead. That's what I look forward to the feedback I could get for the ebook after reading the ebook. I love to hear that. Because we
Yeah.
learn a lot at the same time also.
It's so generous. That's so amazing. You put all the steps together, especially with the team aspects. I've seen that,
Yes.
and I've actually experienced that. Full transparency is
Okay.
trying to get that team together
Yes.
is a challenge. So I love that you put
I
that
know.
together. And so y'all get that ebook. It's going to be well
Yes.
worth it. And
Yeah.
I'm excited. So thank you so much, Mradula. I appreciate
Thank you,
your
Audrey.
time. And
I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to speak here and let people know it's actually worth coming online. Those who have been thinking about it, think twice now. You can actually think about it. It's well worth it.
yes, it's very,
Yes.
it, the options and the possibilities are endless. And
Yes.
that's the
And
beauty.
like I said, even you're doing your bit for the environment also, because you end up saving and you don't spend that much in electricity. Even the carbon footprint is also reduced because there's reduced traveling costs. So in a way, you're even doing good for the environment, for our children tomorrow. We come online. So if you look at it in every perspective, it's a win-win solution.
I love it. Thank you, Mradula. It was great
Thank you,
chatting with
Audrey.
you.
That's obvious, obviously.